Hello, welcome to ThunderSteve85 Gaming. Thanks for tuning in today, and welcome to episode 20 of video game collecting. So we got another mail day here. Got a lot of stuff. We got some hits from Best Buy. Got eBay, of course. And whenever I shop on eBay, it's usually going to be, obviously it's going to be something I can't get in a retail store, but for the most part, it's going to probably be a retro game. So that's always fun to see what I picked up there. And without further ado, let's get started. But first, guys, hey, if this is your first time here, please do me a solid, like this video, share it, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, as it helps me out a ton. Thank you. All right, let's get cracking here. Let's start with, start with Best Buy, the first Best Buy. Now, again, guys, I've mentioned this on a handful of the recent videos, and I really took advantage of the Best Buy deal where if you sign up for the Best Buy Plus membership, which is $49.99 for the year, what you get is, and I don't know how long this is going to last. Obviously, I'm not a Best Buy insider. Don't quote me on it. But the deal's been going on for, I believe, at least a month now. And from what I've heard, it's a deal that's supposed to stay. Like, it's not supposed to go away. Again, I don't know if that's true. I would love it if it doesn't go away. But basically, for $50 for the entire year, you get buy 2 games, get 1 free on all Switch titles. That includes games that are not out yet. For example, I have pre-ordered, Super Mario RPG, one of my favorite games of all time. I have the remake pre-ordered. I have Super Mario Wonder pre-ordered. I have Pikmin 4, which is somewhere in all these packages. I had that pre-ordered. I have a handful of other games pre-ordered. I bought well over 20 games for Switch. I really took advantage. If you guys decide that you want to take advantage of this deal, let me just tell you real quick, make sure that you put in one order at a time and maximize your savings. For example, don't put 2 $60 games in your shopping cart and then put a $30 game in your shopping cart because you're only going to save $30. Make sure when you do it, you're getting $60 games, all 3 of them. Or make sure you're putting in a separate order that has, 3 $40 games. That way, every time you're truly getting a game for free, okay? And I'm sure you guys understand that, but if you don't, if I didn't explain it well, I'm sorry. Leave a comment and I will read it and I will answer any questions, okay? All right, let's get cracking. All right, first game. The Legend of Heroes Trails into Reverie. Not sure how to pronounce that one. Games by Falcom and NIS. As we know, Falcom and NIS, they make lots of RPGs. Lots. Like, they, if I recall right, and correct me if I'm wrong, but they do the Ease series. And I believe that's pronounced Ease, but it's the Y's, like Y''S series. I don't know why it's pronounced Ease. Maybe I didn't pay attention as a kid when we were going over like phonograms in class back in kindergarten, first grade. I can't even recall how long ago it was because, I'm talking that was the early 90s, like 1990, 1991, a long time ago. At any rate, let me get back on topic here. I've heard great things about this game. I was excited to get it. I don't know where I'm going to find the time to play all these RPGs, but nonetheless, I'm excited about it, and I was excited to pick that game up. Let me know if you played any of the Trails games, because I'll be honest, I haven't played the Trails series. I played the Tales series, which is by a whole nother company, and that's Bandai Namco. But I haven't played Trails, so please let me know how it is. I'm interested. Obviously, I read reviews and I've heard good things, but I'd like to hear from you guys as well. Okay, next, I picked up a game that I have been interested in because it's so weird, right? Triangle Strategy. And again, RPG by Square Enix. And the art style in this game is really cool. They're kind of going for that like HD 2D look, similar to what we saw in like Octopath Traveler. And I think the major hook from when I read the reviews when this game initially came out, the hook is going to be how you actually have your battles in the game. Like literally, it's in the title, the triangle strategy. And like if you guys played Paper Mario on the Switch, it had a very interesting combat style. You know, it was almost like there was a puzzle strategy element to it, and I thought that was pretty interesting. I'm not sure that Paper Mario really needed that. I think if Nintendo came out with, say, a Paper Mario 1,000-Year Door type game with that kind of combat, I think everybody would be really happy. We don't have to, have some sort of unique hook for every game. But that's Nintendo, man. That's how they've always done things. We know that. There's always going to be a hook. But I think a game like this, an unknown entity, a new title, new franchise. I don't know if they'll get a sequel. I don't know how the sales were on this, but I was excited to play this. And again, you guys can see in the game footage, it's a very nice looking game. So I'm excited to play that one. And it did get good reviews. Any games I picked up, they got good reviews. Like, this isn't like back in the day when we're kids and, you go to the video game store and you rent a game, in this case, buying games, but you pick up a game based on its cover and the screenshots on the back. Like every game I buy here, I've done research on. For the vast majority, I've already done the research a long time ago when these games came out. And I read the reviews and I said, you know what? I'll eventually pick that game up when it goes on sale. I'm not buying it full price, but I know I want that game in my collection. That's kind of how I go about things. Like I literally have an Excel list of all the games that I've picked up, the price I picked them up at, and the price they're going for now. And then I have another page on the Excel file that I use that has the games that I am going to pick up when they reach a certain price. Oh, you know what? That's funny. So again, guys, I get a lot of mail. I have a lot of mail spread out here. Each stack is going to be a video. Otherwise, I'm going to have like if I did all these in one video, it would be like a 2 or 3 hour video, right? We don't want that. With that said, every once in a while, I do buy something else from Best Buy that's not video games and it gets mixed in. So whatever. I got these for like $5. Wario64 posted it on his Twitter, and it's Heat in 4K. Obviously, you guys know if you can pick up a 4K Blu-ray Ultra HD for $5 and it's a good movie, that's a really good deal. I know everybody streams now. I get it. I do still enjoy popping in a Blu-ray disc, not worrying about any sort of buffering. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but sometimes, depending on the streaming service, like there's certain options that aren't available, and one of them being like surround sound 5.1, 7.1. Sometimes you can only get that on the disc. So that is one thing that interests me when it comes to that. And then guys, I have not seen this movie, but I heard it was good, and I did get it for $5, and that's Alita, Battle Angel. And I did want to see this movie, and I hadn't yet, so I figured $5, why not? $5 holla. It's inexpensive. Let's see if it's good. I've heard that some people really, really love it. So if you guys have seen it, again, let me know in the comments section below. I'm interested to know if you have and what you thought of it. Okay, this one again is from Best Buy, and then my next one's from eBay. So we'll see what that is. Ah, yes, yes. Weird packaging. There's like stuff all over it. Look at this. Can you guys see this? You see that? It's like falling apart. I don't know. That's weird. I guess that's the packaging. Whatever. I'll have to vacuum that up later. Back to the story. All right, I picked up After Image Deluxe. Get a little closer there for you guys. Try to get that glare off. There it is, After Image Deluxe. Now, the reviews on this, they're not fantastic. I'm seeing 6s, 7s. Some people, like on Google reviews, giving it 5 stars. I do value the Google review because Google reviews kind of reminds me of not the mainstream, obviously, review. I mean, these aren't big media outlets reviewing the game. This is a human being that felt compelled enough to write a review on Google. They said, you know what? I'm going to take time out of my day and I am going to try and type up a nice Google review to help other people understand the way I feel about this video game, right? Like not a lot of people do that, right? I feel like you kind of have to go out of your way to do this. And so when people write Google reviews, I put some stock in it because that's why they took time out of their day to do this. And so when I see these glowing Google reviews, I'm like, I think I would probably like it, you know? This is supposed to be like a Metroidvania type game. It's very reminiscent, the look of Castlevania. Obviously, you know, the later games in the series, Symphony of the Night, etc. I love Metroidvanias. I'm a sucker for them. I know over the last 5-10 years, we've been flooded with Metroidvania games, and not all of them are great, but I thought that one was going to be worth playing, so I picked it up, and I don't regret it. I'm glad I did. Again, I already knew what the reviews were. They're not fantastic, but I feel like it's enough. It's good enough for me, and I did appreciate the Google reviews. Okay, so guys, just by the feel of this, you know, if I'm feeling out like a Christmas present here back in the day, this feels like a Nintendo game. I picked up a decent handful of Nintendo games. Not that many. I think I know what this is. If I see gold, I know what it is, and you would know what it is, right? Because if it's NES and it's gold, yes, there it is. We all know what it is. Oh man, this game still. It's still so beautiful after all these years. Nice gold. Just look at it. Look at it in all its glory. Okay, so you're probably wondering, Steve, you don't have a copy of The Legend of Zelda? And of course I have a copy of Legend of Zelda. I have my original copy. But my original copy is not an original print. This, on the other hand, is an original print. And you can tell because this is a 5-screw game. You can see the 5 screws on the back. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So again, if it's a 5-screw game, that means it's going to be an original print. So I picked this guy up on eBay. And you can also tell by the Nintendo seal of quality. You can see there, right where my finger is. There we go. If it's a circle, that means it's original. If it's an oval seal of quality, it's going to be a later production run. So this is an original print Legend of Zelda. That's why I picked it up. Also, this one's in pretty good shape. A lot of the ones I looked at on eBay, the labels were jacked up. You know, they were peeling somewhere. They had some sort of stain on them. And then also, the other thing that is really hard, it appears, for people to maintain over the years is the gold on the cartridge. And the gold on this one looks very good. There's some, obviously, there's going to be some wear. The gold's going to wear off in some spots, but this was the nicest one I found, and I thought it was a good deal. So I was actually pretty happy with this purchase. So yeah, super excited to have this in my collection. It doesn't play any different, guys. This is just an original print Legend of Zelda. And as you can probably see by my background over there, I love The Legend of Zelda. If you've watched other videos on my channel, you know how much I love The Legend of Zelda. I have been playing it pretty much close to my whole life. Literally since the 80s. Since the late 80s, I've been playing it. So there you go, guys. All right, so to recap, picked up 2 movies. Again, usually don't put movies in here, but hey, they got mixed in. So we got Heat, and we got Alita. We got Trails into either Reverie. I think Reverie, right? I think Reverie is how you say it. Triangle Strategy. After Image Deluxe Edition. And I don't know what makes this deluxe. Let's see. Oh, there's a digital art book and digital soundtrack. So, okay, cool. And the Legend of Zelda original print. All right, guys, there you have it. As always, thank you for tuning in. And if you enjoyed what you saw today, please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, please leave a comment in the box below. I enjoy reading the comments, and I do always reply. Thanks. Have a great day.